Hello and welcome, people, to the third episode, episode 3 of Checkup. I am Bryce, and I'm here with my co-hosts.
Shayler, what's up, Checkup Squad?
Checkup Squad. I hope we have a squad by now. It'll be pretty tight.
Hopefully we have enough to run 5-on-5 or something.
Yeah, please, just let there be at least 2 others.
Full roster.
A full roster would be 2.
Maybe some 2 ways, yeah.
It'd be 2 ways at the end of the roster. I'd rule. All right, so today is going to be like our first official up-to-date episode, where we actually have basketball to talk about. We have stuff going on in the season to talk about. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Interesting first week of hoops. Like, we've learned a lot.
Some curveballs.
Some curveballs have been thrown our way.
Yeah, some teams we might have to go back and rethink some things.
I think we'll get to that for sure.
Yeah.
There's some I was optimistic about some teams, and they are not giving me any reason to be anymore.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. We'll get into this. Will be like a trial run, hopefully, of what this show will kind of be moving forward.
Yeah. Game notes. We've got some basketball.
Just talking about what's going on the court is the ideal vision for this. And so, without further ado, let's just hop into the hoops this week. So we're gonna break down every week. We're gonna talk about 3 things, maybe, like favorite game, favorite team, favorite player.
Yeah.
Or just stuff we want to highlight. Not even favorite. Favorite's the wrong word. But just stuff we want to highlight. We want to get started with our games of the week. Games of the week. Okay. Do you want me to go first? You want to go first?
Yeah, you should go first.
Okay. I have a weird pick. I think an unorthodox pick that by the end of the season probably no one will remember. And it really is for like the last 2 minutes of this game that I care about it. I'm talking about Suns Grizzlies from this last week. If you didn't catch up, this game ended, I don't remember the final score, but the Grizz win this game by 1 off of like a little Morant floater in the mid-range, and gets off a nice shot, little go-ahead bucket, and Grizz walk out with this one.
Maybe one of the last Morant games in Memphis.
Ever.
It's probably not, but he just got suspended a couple days ago for kind of just giving up. So maybe there's some give left, some gives, some,
Maybe this was one of the last moments with a positive Morant memory for Grizzlies fans, which feels sad to say, but the reason I want to highlight this game is because the ending of it is hilarious. It's really funny if you go and watch. There are some like really tough shots. Also, like throughout this whole thing, Cedric Coward had an incredible game. I'll pull up his box score right now. Cedric Coward has been awesome, was awesome in this game. Devin Booker was awesome in this game. Just like some of the most Kobe he's ever looked.
Oh, yeah.
Just hitting sick, like crossover, move to his left, shift, just mid-rangers. Really, honestly, he was kind of cooking Cedric Coward on the defensive end. But there's a lot of fun hoops, but the end of this is what I want to talk about. What happens is that the Suns, it's with like 2 minutes left, the Suns have possession. They take a shot, but the Grizzlies fumble the ball out of bounds, so the Suns retain possession. Immediately the Suns turn it over on the inbounds. Okay, so just 2 errors back to back. Grizzlies bring the ball down. Ja just holds the ball at the top for like 20 seconds. Nothing happens. No one moves. Ja just holds the ball and then pulls up from like 28 feet. And it just misses horribly. That ball then falls into Mark Williams' hands, and Mark Williams just drops the ball out of bounds. So that's like 4 errors in a row. And then the Grizzlies inbound the ball to Jaren, excuse me.
Yep.
And Jaren takes 1 dribble and gets his pocket picked.
Yeah, he gets stripped.
Got stripped immediately. Suns bring it down the floor, and then Jaren lollygags his way down the court. Royce O'Neal in transition. Royce O'Neal gets the ball on the wing. Royce O'Neal gets the ball on the wing and misses Mark Williams underneath the rim, who is wide open. Jaren Jackson Jr. hasn't even crossed the half court line. He's like wide open. And then he just passes it back up to Colin Gillespie, who, like, thankfully just throws it down to Mark Williams, and they get an easy dunk out of it. But it was just like a comedy of errors that in the moment, for some reason, was really tickling me. It was just because these are two teams that are just kind of sad sacks.
Yeah.
And they were both just fighting to have the dumbest unforced error.
Yeah, they both really want to win that game.
They both desperately want to win it, and for like a full minute at the end of the game, neither team could figure out like how to win this game. And then of course, like, Devin Booker hits a crazy three, puts the Suns up. Ja brings the ball down the court, and then honestly hits like a sick behind the back dribble, creates space, and then hits the little floater, which, mind you, was over Grayson Allen. So doing every basketball fan a favor, hitting a game winner over Grayson Allen. And then so like that was fun, but it was just like a funny end to just the end of that game is so dumb, and I really urge you to go watch it. It's just really funny to me in the moment. Maybe it just doesn't hit the same now, but at the time I was really enjoying myself. So
those are both teams that we kind of dug into, honestly, both of them, Suns and the Grizz, in our previews about just lukewarm on both of them. But the Grizz with John, do you want to go into John now that we're on the Grizz?
We'll save that to the end.
We'll save that for later.
Let's talk about good basketball right now.
Okay.
Let's talk about good basketball. We'll talk about Ja later on in the app.
But yeah, Mark Williams has been healthy so far, and when he's on the floor, he's pretty good.
He's been good this season.
Yeah, he's good in space and better than you would think, and he's a good roller and he's a good rebounder, obviously. But there are some limitations. I think he bites a little bit more than he can chew, playmaking wise. But they kind of, I don't know. You kind of have to lean on him with how much you involve him in pick and roll. But I've been impressed with him. I've been delightfully impressed with him. And Gillespie, who I kind of shit on in the preview, has been like a pleasant surprise. I think he's a good point guard. And,
my dude.
I didn't know if he was a point guard or what he was, but he's clearly a point guard, and honestly, like, alleviates some of the chaos there alongside Booker. So there are some resourcefulness being done in Phoenix, but yeah, honestly too, there's some comedic teams. There's some Utah with Nurkic, and there's some funny squads out there. Kevin Love in Utah as well, but yeah, I mean the jokes kind of are writing itself with Memphis. I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's rough. I don't know. I will enjoy watching like Suns games all season because honestly I think they will be in a lot of these close games where they just can't get it done. Like Devin Booker was hitting some crazy shots if you watched like that fourth quarter.
He's so smooth.
He's really good. Like he's an amazing scorer, and he's gonna do this thing where he keeps carrying them over and over again, but just can't get it over the hump. And so it's like unfortunate, but it's also just funny, kind of, as a basketball fan, to see the Phoenix Suns punished by the basketball gods.
Yeah, there's only so much you could do with Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen.
There's only so much that can be done with bench wings in starting roles.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to your pick for game of the week.
Yeah, we could do Lakers Wolves.
A legitimate game of the week pick, unlike mine.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say Austin Reeves breakout because I think he's just kind of a guy.
He's been this probably.
Yeah, but honestly, it was a Jake LaRavia legacy game.
Jake LaRavia.
He came out, took the first shot of the game, crushed a three, ended up with 27. I think he had 5 or 6 threes. Wolves were playing without Edwards, who was out with a hamstring, so They're already stretched thin, which we talked about earlier with that guard room. But Bones had a great stretch toward the end of that second half. As you know, love or hate Bones, but I honestly he's super entertaining. Yeah, they're fun. Honestly, they're a fun league pass team. Um, Shocker, but you know the Wolves are. Sorry.
No, you're good. Like that game was interesting. I mean, that was the Wolves' first game without Ant, right?
Yeah. Oh, it was second, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, one of their first games without Ant, and really what we need to highlight in that game was the end, right? Like Wolves took control of that game for the most part, but Austin Reeves, who's just been on one this season. I mean, playing like a second or third team All NBA type guy, just scoring at will, getting to the free throw line at a historic rate for obviously himself, and just being an incredible basketball player. And the Luka, and again, I know Luka didn't play in that game, but right, he didn't play in that game.
No, Luka was out. No Anthony Edwards. Obviously, no LeBron.
Yeah, but I mean, Austin Reeves just showing who he is as an incredibly talented basketball player. Like we were kind of watching this guy come alive, and like if you weren't already tuned in to the Austin Reeves hype, which he's in LA, so he's everywhere.
Yeah, you hear a lot.
You hear a lot about him, but it's real. Austin Reeves is good.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pay him. They're gonna have to bring him the Brinks truck.
Yeah.
With how he's shown up this year, the bromance with Luka.
But yeah, and again, I don't think the Lakers will overthink this.
Yeah.
They will pay Austin Reeves as they should, and we will get Austin Reeves and Luka in LA for a very long time, which is fun hoops.
Yeah.
Which is fun hoops. Obviously, Austin Reeves hits the game winner in that one. The crazy.
Yeah, breaks through to.
Splits the defense, hits the floater. Just what a special player. It's really. I think it's important as NBA fans that we recognize these moments where you see guys take leaps.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard. It's not difficult, and I've heard this said, but this is obviously not an original saying. It's not difficult to go from like fringe all-star or like from good to great.
Yeah.
But it's hard to go from like great to elite.
Mm-hmm.
That the second leap is what's hard. There are a lot of really good basketball players in the NBA. There are not a lot of like truly elite, top of the league level talent. And when you see a guy like kind of start to take that leap, it's really special to watch.
Yeah, it's just Reeves has rounded out his game defensively. Honestly, I'm not saying he's going to make an all defensive team ever or anything like that, but just being able to keep the guy on the floor for 35, 40 minutes and win basketball games does enough, and that's the barometer I think that separates guys from Keontae George is 21 years old. We were watching that game earlier today, put up 30, kind of gave up 30 as well.
On the Celtics, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a big distinguisher. If you can show effort on the other end, that'll make up for some misfortunes. But I think Reeves has done enough, and Luka's honestly improved a little bit defensively this year. I think that was really just being in good shape. But separating yourself from you could be impact ready in the league. Maybe you used all your eligibility in college, and you're just the flow of the game isn't as much of a shock to your system, and you're able to be league average on the defensive end, and you've got go-to moves, and you can come in and score, and you can get to the line. But Reeves has improved on the other end, and I think that they're going to be able to win a lot of regular season games this year. Ayton's a guy to watch for them going forward. He's just, you don't know really what you're going to get on a night-to-night basis, but I'm sure any of the fan bases that have watched him over the years are used to that. So Lakers are fun. I think Laravia, that was kind of the guy of the game for me in the game of the week for for Lakers Wolves. I think that was a big acquisition for JJ and that team, and if he could be a spot for them, even when everybody's healthy, that'll kind of take the weight off of the Rui offensive shortcomings and kind of some of the limitations that they have. He'd be a big part of, you know, some continuity and success for them if he could just be a spot up guy, and he was putting the ball on the floor that night. You know, I think he's shown a little bit more than we might have expected.
Yeah.
So interesting developments in LA. We don't need to spend an hour like everybody else in media on the LA Lakers, but that was a fun one, and you know, shout out Austin Reeves.
They're good. One thing I felt like I noticed in that game a lot more, and is really concerning for me with the Wolves moving forward. Rudy Gobert looks not as good as Rudy. Like, obviously we know Rudy's offensive limitations. Like, the whole thing with how you defend the Wolves is you just double the hell out of Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards whenever they have the ball in their hands, and then you force them to pass to like Jaden McDaniels or their other non-existent guards on the floor, or hope to God you funnel the ball into Rudy Gobert's hands and nothing happens because he can't make a pass, he can't score on his own. Like, his offense is truly like terrible.
It's about as bad as it can get.
It's as bad as it can get. Obviously, what, 4-time DPOY, like special type of defensive player. That it feels like it's slipping.
Mm-hmm.
Like that last sequence, there's no way Austin Reeves should have just split him that easily.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, he stepped too far forward, and Austin just splits and blows right by him. And it's like, you gave up a game winner. Like, I don't think DPOY Rudy Gobert is doing what he did in that scenario. So it just, I don't know. Everything looks a little slower with him this year. The offense is scaring me. And they're paying him a lot of money, and it's worrying. It's something to monitor moving forward. Nothing to make a huge deal about now, but
yeah, I hope he's doing a good job mentoring you on Baron J. You know, maybe we'll see some of him later in the year.
I'm a big fan of Yohan Baron J. But yeah,
Frenchman.
Let's move on from Rudy Gobert, who's quite a boring dull player.
I will shout out McDaniels. He looked good in that game.
Yeah.
When Edwards isn't on the floor, he's got to take more of the offensive responsibility.
And it's hilarious because he normally kind of looks good when he does it.
But I don't think he's ever averaged more than 12 a game. He's averaging 18 so far this year. Edwards has been out half the games already, so he steps up to the plate when they need him. But I've liked what I've seen from him. I think he's taken a little bit of a leap. He's taken more mid-range jumpers, just kind of increasing his usage, and get the reps in, dog. They need you.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we'll move on to the next little section of the podcast now. We're going to talk about our teams of the week, teams we want to highlight.
Yeah, first full week of NBA, so.
Yeah, so obviously this is largely early season reacts, and we don't have any groundbreaking picks here. Do you want to go? I went first last time. You want to go first this time?
Yeah, we could talk about the 76ers for a little bit.
So this should Shayler's team of the week, the Philadelphia 76ers, the incredibly fun, impressive, fast, just lights out Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, I think completely surprising a lot of people. First week and a half into the year, they're at the top of the standings in the Eastern Conference. They've lost one game. They're 5-1. What to start with? I mean, they're playing without Paul George and pretty much Joel Embiid.
The corpse of Joel Embiid. It really feels like right now.
And the Joel in spurts provides production, but I feel like you start with him. He's been an MVP caliber player and one of the upper echelon guys in this league for half a decade. And so you would assume, looking at that record, that Joel's a big part of that. He really hasn't been. It's been the Maxey show and it's been the VJ Edgecombe show.
Yeah.
A rookie and, you know, honestly a breakout so far. A lot of shots, a lot of minutes for Maxey.
If we're talking about looking for star leaps, where guys go from great to elite, we talked about Austin Reeves already. We also have to mention Tyrese Maxey, of course.
Yeah, I was considering having him be player of the week, but I just wanted to give some time to the team as a whole.
Yeah.
For the success that they've had so far. VJ, breakout rookie of the year, standalone, honestly.
Yeah.
He's a unique player. I hate comparisons, just for the sake of trying to think something in your brain that like reminds you of something. It's
Yeah.
just, he deserves to kind of just have his own praise. To be able to come in immediately after 1 year at Baylor, that was successful.
Yeah.
To the extent that like he was a high pick, and it kind of just became a no-brainer for Philly, I think, and I think Morey made the right choice. I think they feel that now. But he's a 3-level scorer. He's a dog on the defensive end. He's not anything ridiculous, but he's just a high energy, relentless attacker. On both ends, and world class athleticism, but uses it in a very efficient way. You kind of worry about some of these ridiculously athletic guys that they're just kind of a bull in a china shop, and I think he's very controlled, and just been incredibly impressed by him. So with Paul George being out and Joel, and McCain as well. He's maybe been. You're going to expect Maxey to be productive, but he's been a huge reason why they've been able to get off to this start. So shout out to VJ. I know a lot of people are getting him praise. It's very deserved. Quentin Grimes, who they kind of begrudgingly extended after.
Well, he took the QO. He took the qualifying offer.
Yeah, and
they couldn't come to agreement on a deal.
He looks like a top 100 guy to me.
He's good. He's like really necessary for them, especially just to bolster their bench. When VJ or Tyrese come off the court, it's nice to just supplant another like strong high level ball handler in there.
Yeah, and Oubre, and you get PG back, and
the Kelly Oubre magnet ball. Can we talk about it? He's shooting 42% from three. Start this season. He's been so good.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me like 4 seasons ago, if like I imagined Kelly Oubre playing a nice supporting 3 and D role where he actually excels, I probably wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to convince yourself that he's good, because he's good, and if you don't think he's good, he'll show you against your favorite team this year with the clip that he's shooting at. They've still got some. I mean, there's very glaring things that they're going to have to work through. They've already kind of got the injury bug, and with Joel and PG at their age, that's always going to be rearing its ugly head.
And the defense is still a little rough. Andre Drummond is like the worst backup in basketball. Like
he has a very refined skill though.
I do worry about like if the shooting comes back down to earth a little bit, like where we are, but also they're not healthy. So even if Tyrese's and VJ's and Kelly Oubre, like they come down a little bit on their shooting, like
here's what I found.
You're still theoretically adding like a good basketball player in Paul George to this team, and hopefully like a more healthy Embiid.
Yeah, and that might help the efficiency numbers a little bit too. Having Grimes off the bench, having him run against bench units. He's already been doing pretty well in a placeholding starter spot. A couple more players to shout out. Some younger guys. I like what I've seen from Justin Edwards.
Yeah.
I think having PG in the locker room with him at similar frames and play styles that'll potentially help him a little bit. And Adembona, I'm gonna shout out Adembona.
Good.
I think he's good. He's kind of a freak defensively.
Yeah.
He's just looking to get after it and block as many shots as he possibly can, and just be impactful, kind of doing garbage stuff. So I think he could end up winning a pretty sizable spot by the end of the year with, like we mentioned earlier, Drummond's probably one of the worst options in the front court.
He's just tragic to watch at this point in his career. But yeah, Adembona will be the backup center when hopefully This whole season you're gonna have Embiid's gonna be in and out of the lineup, so we're still gonna see a lot of Andre Drummond, but yeah, Adembona is like a damn good backup center.
Absolutely.
He's really good. I do like.
He knows who he is.
Yeah. Tyrese Maxey, for the record, is currently averaging 34 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting 46% from three. Getting
moonballs too.
Moonballs. Crazy shots. Gets them off so fast. Taking almost 10 free throws a game, shooting almost 90% there.
And playing Tom Thibodeau minutes.
In only 2 turnovers a game. I think that's the other thing too. It's some of their guys' stats feel, I don't want to say inflated, but yeah, they're playing a lot of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Nurse is playing his guys, and that's okay. Like, let those young guys get up and down. You know, the whole thing with the Sixers for years is they've been kind of a slow plotting team because you play around Joel, right?
Yeah, you wait for him to get in the half court and you run through him.
But man, when we can just let Embiid and Maxey and VJ just run, it's been electric. And they're fun.
They're so fun.
Yeah, shout out to 76ers. I think both of us took the over in their early season, so looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, didn't expect this, and I think VJ's becoming a guy that you're going to want to tune into.
Oh, 100%. Move on to our second team of the week. I want to preface this by saying anybody out there who disrespected my Chicago Bulls,
I think I did,
will be proven wrong this season. You're being proven wrong right now. The Chicago Bulls are 5-1. Mm-hmm. They started 5-0. Whoever would have thought we'd be here? They have looked well improved.
Oh yeah.
It feels like a lot of the things we saw at the end of last season, which I took as a cautionary tale. Like, again, I don't always trust end of season stats, but the pace, the intensified defense, the pressure they put on people, like a lot of it seems to be paying off right now. Josh Giddey, I think I said this yesterday to you privately. I think is going to average a triple double for like half of the season, maybe the full season. Maybe we get to that point. He's really damn good, and I was always so confused. Like, I'm not so confused as to why people disrespected him or whatever, but I also felt like we were overthinking it a little bit. Like a guy who was just casually putting up like 18, 8, and 8. Mm-hmm. That is a player of value in the NBA. And no, it didn't lead to like a 50-win team, but they weren't a 20-win team. So I felt like a lot of people overthought Josh Giddey, and I feel like he's proving them wrong this season.
He's averaging like 22.5 points as well to start this year, which is what everybody was concerned about.
Yeah, the shooting seems to have carried, like the shooting efficiency increase seems to have carried over. Like he's shooting really well from three to start the season, and he's being a lot more like assertive and dominant.
Yeah.
With his body, as he should be. He's like 6'8".
Yep.
He's huge, and a lot of teams just put guards on him. Like, he should be taking them to the rack every single time. Matas Buzelis has looked really good. He had a great game. Was it against the Bucks? Was it against Giannis? Or was it? I'm sorry. I should be more prepared than this. But he had an incredible game. He had like 24 points, 28 points, something like that. Looking just really good, strong, again, assertive. Like, that dude is uber confident.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it. Long, lanky, can play in transition. Is just such like an advantage creator. And we haven't even had Kobe White yet play on this team.
Dusung has filled in great.
Ayo's been awesome. And I was really disappointed. He kind of had a down season last year. But, like, again, he's back to, like, he's shooting the ball really confidently, playing very well off the ball, which he's not a super high usage on-ball guard.
Yeah.
I think he's been a little miscast as that. So, like, playing well off the ball, taking shots where he needs to, just being long, disruptive.
He's the type of guard that you put in if you don't already have him on the floor when you need to stop. Mm-hmm. He's a good defensive guard.
Yeah.
He's crafty with,
creating turnovers and causing chaos, and he will guard you 94 feet. Um, and he's a good rim pressure guy as well. Gets to the line a decent amount, and he's been shooting the ball decent. Like, Dosunmu's just a guy, and I was worried that he was going to get kind of shoved out of the rotation early in the year, but they're winning basketball games, and he's been able to fill in great. Once they get Kobe back, and Kevin Huerter is another guy.
Kevin Huerter, like,
I didn't know if his time in the NBA was coming to an end. But
the Bulls bench mob.
Yeah.
Rules. They're awesome. You get Trey Jones has been an awesome backup point guard, just
Fantastic.
like a monster defensively. He still can't really shoot the ball, and he doesn't. He will like hesitate, but he'll penetrate really fast. He makes smart kickouts. He's really physical on defense. I like that. He gets a bunch of steals. Like you said, Kevin Huerter, another magnet ball to start the season. And then Ayo. They just have this really fun kind of front court. And, like, dare I say it, Patrick Williams has been okay off the bench. Like, more than just putting up 8 points.
The guy that we haven't mentioned, Vucevic, anchoring
Vooch.
A league-high defense.
Voochie baby, yeah. Like, they've been, I know I've got the stats right here, but they have been a shockingly good defense. And again, a lot of it is just effort. And, like, shout out to Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan has always, I feel like people probably don't give him his flowers as a coach. He's not saw a ton of, like, playoff success, but he always just kind of coaches good teams.
Mm-hmm.
They're always, like, just good. Started in OKC, and, like, those teams for years were, like, really high-level defenses. And for a long time, he was a pretty uncreative, uninspiring offensive coach. But now the Bulls play with an incredible amount of pace. Like, they have a lot of defensive intensity. Like, they play above their theoretical, ceiling, I think, a lot. And I think a lot of that has to do with Billy Donovan.
The defense is just by far the most shocking to me, with Vooch being such a big part of it.
Definitely.
And they're kind of just playing him a drop and playing good team defense and, kind of covering up some of the just weak side, and Booz Ellis and Dosunmu kind of covering up a little bit for Vooch. But shout out Vooch. I was begging them to get off of Vooch before this team started.
Yeah.
That doesn't look necessary. So that's a good thing. And Billy Donovan started in college. So
yeah.
OKC had some competent teams, and now if he's able to, rally Chicago to 45 or 50 wins and keep this up, I think he might be maybe the most successful example of somebody who's been able to translate from college to the NBA. So
yeah,
that's not a name that you hear a whole lot. So shout out Billy Donovan, doing a good job so far.
I think like he came in and he had that last year of the Durant Westbrook Warriors or Thunder team.
Right.
So he had the 15-16 Thunder. So he kind of always had, and then of course we had the Westbrook MVP season. Then they traded for PG. So he always had these good teams, and he always had decent rosters. So I don't feel like we've ever seen him do anything impressive. But like this, what we've seen so far feels like, okay, this is impressive. I thought the end of last season was impressive, and the start of this season has been impressive.
But they're really just empowering Giddey to do his thing.
Yeah, and
they're playing with pace, and they're letting him be the sole creator. Leaned, I think, over the last few years a little bit too much on like using Vooch out of a hub, but I think you recognize your personnel, and Giddey is the reason it wasn't able to work in OKC was because he needs the ball to succeed.
Yeah.
Whether you liked it or the idea of it or not, and I think he's shown that he makes good decisions.
Yeah, I've always believed in Josh Giddey. I don't think he's like all NBA level quite yet, obviously, but like he's always had all-star talent. He's a very confident guy. I always believed that he would figure out the shot. Like when you heard people talking about him as a prospect, a lot of people were like, yeah, this guy is a killer. He's a competitor. He's just like really smart. And those guys, I want to believe in those guys. And you would see a lot of flashes. It looks awkward and herky-jerky, but he gets it done. And so, big fan of Josh Giddey, big fan of the Chicago Bulls. Like the way we started this season. That's my East team for the year. So
the East is up for some of those spots, and they've been waiting for Chicago to. We've been waiting for Chicago to get there for a while.
yeah.
Well, a long time. So the league is better when Chicago's good.
Yeah. And it's way too much to talk about now. We'll talk about it through the season, but like they could project to have a lot of cap space soon.
Hey, Chicago's. Hey, I live in Chicago.
Always surprising that people wouldn't. So like,
yeah,
we'll see. I really want to see this team when Kobe White gets back. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I'd love to see how they integrate him. We don't have to wax too poetic on the Bulls, but just shout out to the Bulls.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to fire get rid of the owner anymore.
Maybe
there's some joy.
Maybe Arturas still needs to go, but but for now, shout out to the Bulls. All right, and then we'll move on to the last part of the week section. We'll talk about our players of the week.
Okay.
So I've got a pick that I don't think is unorthodox is the right word, but I think it's a little weird, but it's for a very specific reason. Do you want me to go first? You want to go first?
Yeah, I agree with this as well.
All right. My player of the week, which may sound weird, is Cade Cunningham. The Pistons played 3 games last week. They went 2-1. They kind of got waxed by the Cavs, and then they waxed the Magic, and then they also beat the Mavs. So 2 kind of struggling teams to start the season. The reason I want to shout out to Cade Cunningham is in those 2 wins. In the first win against the Magic, Cade put up 36 and 10 assists with 3 steals and 3 blocks, and 0 turnovers. Excuse me.
Wow.
And then in the second game against Dallas, Cade put up 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 18 assists. With 1 turnover.
Those are some really good assist to turnover ratios, man.
And that's always been Cade's problem.
Mm-hmm.
I love Cade Cunningham. Always believed in him. Oklahoma State guy, of course. So there were a lot of people, that I follow in the Oklahoma sphere who've been talking about Cade for a very long time. And last year I was so happy to see the Pistons achieve the success, to Cade to get the shine that he deserves. But still, he had the flaws. And the flaws was he's a high turnover point guard. And some early returns in this season show that the turnovers are down and the assists are through the roof. And he just looks even smoother as an operator right now, as just a floor general. And that's really encouraging to me. The shooting numbers and the efficiency is not there yet. He's had pretty poor year from 3 from the field. He's definitely below 50%. Might be closer to like 42% from the field. It's not been great. But to see him put up these crazy assist numbers with very low turnovers has been very encouraging, and it's the biggest hole in his offensive game. So happy to see early season that Cade has addressed some of that, and he looks really good.
He is really good, and here's the thing about Cade. He is a true alpha.
Yeah.
And that might not be an associative with him in a lot of people's eyes, but he needs to be employed with full trust. With the assist numbers, and he's just a quarterback. So I'm not surprised, but I'm very encouraged with his decisiveness, and just running that engine with like kind of lackluster supporting pieces. Really, they're kind of running thin. No Sasser, no Ivy, a lot of Duncan Robinson, some Karis LeVert, and they're a 6-2 team to start the year. So, has he made an All-Star team yet?
Made an All-Star team last season, yeah. But I don't think he was an All-NBA last season, right? I feel like we might be crazy. I don't know.
I think it's the start of Cade era, officially. And start rattling off some accolades.
Yeah, once the shooting comes around, he might put up some just like bonkers stats. Cade is just really good.
And the 3 ball is really the area that can exercise the most improvement.
Yeah.
I think everything else is pretty easy for him.
Yeah, but he's fun. Like, I think Jalen Duren in that Mavs game had like 31 points, and I watched, all 31 of those points. And he's got Cade Cunningham to thank for a lot of them. Like, Cade's decision making has just been a lot more smooth in this one, and I don't know. He's a lot of fun. I was very high on the Pistons, and to see him come into this season having already learned something after the moxie that team played with last year, it's really good to see. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy for the guy. Hopefully it carries out over the rest of the season, and I'll be watching a lot of Pistons basketball.
Yeah. And shout out Jalen Duren. I know you're kind of lukewarm, but he's averaging a double-double.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's one of the biggest.
Big boy, athletic boy. So he's fun. I mean, he's a fun rim running partner with Cade. He's a good screen setter. He can catch the ball.
He's just tough to deal with.
He's tough. He's strong as hell. And like for the Mavs bigs, like Daniel Gafford just couldn't even contain him, even a little bit.
Yeah.
He's just beasting him. So I don't know. It's fun. If you go to my Twitter page, I've posted some Cade clips, pick and roll Cade clips from this past week. So something I've been watching, something I have a lot of fun. Shout out Cade. You will get better. That dude's going to be an All-NBA, perennial All-Star talent, and hopefully we see some playoff success.
I would love to see that this year.
Yeah, would love to see it. Let's move on to your pick for Player of the Week.
I picked Ryan Rollins.
That guy.
Milwaukee is, I think, tied with the Sixers at 5-1. Giannis hit a game winner on my Pacers tonight. The point guard for Milwaukee was one of the biggest questions across the league.
They didn't have one.
You wave and stretch Damian Lillard for the pure reason to immediately sign Miles Turner, a big who spent his entire career in Indiana with excellent guard play over the last few years, which incredibly elevated his value, I think, on the market as one of the better shooting bigs maybe we've ever seen in the league. It just allows you to play a certain way, but in order for that to be provided for you, you need some sort of guard play at all. It looked to me just, on paper, it was going to be Cole Anthony. They're able to play Cole on the floor with Ryan Rollins now, who maybe is a name you've never even heard of. I don't know if his college career was very well advertised, and I don't know if Milwaukee even expected him to be like a part of their rotation this year. He's averaging 18 a game to start the year.
Crazy.
And he is just the biggest surprise of the year to me.
Well, the thing with Ryan Rollins is that up until last season, his NBA career was practically non-existent. He got waived by the Wizards for, wasn't it like stealing a candle from Target?
Yeah, it was like Target associated for
sure.
sure.
He stole from a Target while on a two-way contract with the Wizards, and they waived him. He signs a two-way with the Bucks last year, ends up playing like 30 games or something.
Mm-hmm.
Free agent this summer, and the Bucks were just like, I guess we'll re-sign him. I don't know what else to do. And he's been awesome.
He's been so good. Incredibly decisive. I don't even...
Well, it's like, so the thing with Ryan Rollins, if you watched him last season, strong defender, just gave a shit, gave an effort. And for Milwaukee, who has rarely, if ever, had, ever since, obviously, they got rid of Drew Holiday, they haven't had strong point-of-attack defense. It's been really bad. It's been Gary Trent Jr. and like Damian Lillard for what's felt like forever. And so for Brooke Lopez and Giannis like protecting the rim, I'm sure that's been exhausting. They bring in Ryan Rollins last year, and he kind of makes his name as a strong point of attack defender, very physical, just strong, handsy, gives effort, right? They re-sign him, and you think, okay, like this guy has a pretty limited offensive game, but he's a good defensive point guard. We don't have any point of attack defenders. He's young, like let's keep him around. And so far to start the season, like it's not that he's just like having hot shooting numbers. Like he is taking and making shots.
Oh yeah.
Like the biggest boost to his numbers right now is this game against the Warriors, right? The Bucks go into Golden State and beat the Warriors without Giannis, and Ryan Rollins put up what, like 32 or something?
Yeah.
He is like taking Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler off the dribble, hitting like little mid-rangers, hitting pull-up threes. He hit a step-back three to help ice that game. Like just playing with moxie, hitting a wide range of shots that you wouldn't expect from him, especially given his NBA career thus far.
Yeah.
So it's just been an absolute shock to see the way that he's playing.
Yeah, I haven't seen many examples like this to go from a complete. What's a non-negative way to say a no name? To not just being a guy, but like helping kind of quarterback a number one team in your conference to start the first week of the year. It's most improved. I bet the odds are minus 800 for him right now. So I can't think of a better example. So I wanted to give him some time. I begrudgingly, give some attention to Milwaukee, who seem to be, the Pacers and the Bucks seem to have a rivalry that's, stacking up against the best ones. So I'll give him some love, and we'll see how sustainable the production is for him. But if it can be, he's totally a guy in the best basketball league in the world. So
yeah, I mean, so far to start this season, he's shooting 40% from three, which he shot 40% last year, but that was on 2 attempts a game. He's taking 5 threes a game this year, and
so crazy.
The efficiency remains. And for a guy who at Toledo shot like almost sub 30% from three, like has not really been a shooter at any point. So
he's a guy you bring in off the bench to guard somebody.
Yeah, he's a dogged defender who can't really play offense, works in spurts when you need him to. But he's been that and more this season. Yeah, he's at 18 points a game, 5.5 assists a game. He's been incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome. So happy for Milwaukee, honestly. I think they're blessed and feel blessed to stumble into something like that.
My God, did they need it?
Let's be fair. Like their draft history has not been great.
Yeah.
So they kind of lucked into one with him, and I hope they treat him good.
Yeah, I hope it maintains. Maybe he won't stay at 18 points a game for the entire season, but if he's out there getting 12 points a game on 38% from three, like that is so beyond needed.
Yeah.
So good for the Bucks. Good for Ryan Rollins. Shout out to that dude. He's a dog.
Nick Smith Jr.
Nick Smith Jr. kind of putting in some work for the Lakers. I had no idea he was on the Lakers.
Yeah, I was about to talk to you about that today. They're playing him a lot.
Is he on a two-way?
He's got to be.
He doesn't have a standard deal.
He was one of those guards that has like a very good touch, but like a touch.
Blake Wesley fractured his foot. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. That sucks.
That does.
They're playing him a lot.
They were playing him a little bit too much.
Okay, talk about Nick Smith. I'm sorry.
He's a touch reliant guard that like heavy floater game.
Yeah.
Not as small as you think. I think he's about 6'3", 6'4", but just kind of came into the league as like a guy that you're kind of expecting to need to put a lot of work in with your coaching staff to get him defensively ready.
Did he play at Alabama? Where did he play?
It was in the SEC. It's Arkansas or Oklahoma.
I'm I think it was a red.
Yeah, I think it's Arkansas.
I think I read. Yeah, yeah. Shout out Nick Smith. I kind of was always a believer in him, so good to see him putting in some work against the Blazers tonight. Ooh, Bronny James from the corner. Bad. Okay. let's move on to our kind of this will be a rotating topic of sorts.
Okay.
Just something that we want to highlight, talk about. This is your section for whatever if you want to talk about news or doesn't matter. Whatever. But I wanted to talk about this rookie class cuz good god man are they so impressive so quickly. There's so many young rookies who are contributing to winning teams right now, and it's kind of unfathomable. This is one of the best rookie classes I've seen, and again, it's early.
Yeah.
One of the best starts for a rookie class I feel like I've seen in maybe since like 2018.
Yeah.
It's
just looking a lot deeper, and there's a lot more immediate impact ready rotation guys right off the bat.
Yeah, obviously we talked about VJ earlier. Had an incredible start. Just so many like first rookie ever or first rookie since like Michael Jordan to do ... like
some of those insane graphics.
Good sign, I'd say. Trey Johnson, that's a guy that you and I both like. He's been, I don't want to say up and down, like he's been kind of what I expected him to be.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning quick 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
He's awesome, and I love that he's just gunning it all the time.
Yeah, that's that's his game, man.
Yeah, he's gunning for it. He's fun. He's exactly what Washington kind of needed in their backcourt. He's fun. Love him. Cedric Coward.
Yeah, he might be number 2 in the Rookie of the Year standings so far.
He's got to be. He's averaging like 16 a game off the bench.
I mean, I don't think he ever averaged double digits in college.
Did he ever play more than... He played like, what, 5 games in college?
But
5 games last year with D1.
But the 3-and-D, impact from him is like stunning. He's got an absolute clip. And they're gonna get him shots. But he can guard up. He's got a freakish wingspan. He just kind of terrorizes you on the defensive end. It's maybe not as like, I think defense was a calling card, and I think we'll see that develop. But the shot is pretty remarkable, and Memphis just seems to find those guys.
He was always a good shooter throughout his entire he was in college for 3 years, I think. Obviously, there was the whole thing. He had an injury. He didn't really play last season, but you heard so many scouts talk about NBA ready body.
Yeah.
Big, strong, good frame, really like athletic guy, and he was always a great shooter. Always. I don't care if it was at D2 or whatever.
Onions.
I don't care. Always a good shooter, really strong frame, really athletic guy, hard worker. Glad to see that's paid off early. If Cedric Coward wasn't this good right now, I think Memphis Grizzlies fan would be in hell.
Yeah, you've got something to be happy about.
Like, thank God. I'm so glad they didn't end up taking like Thomas Sorber, and then Thomas Sorber like tears his ACL.
maybe he wouldn't have.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, shout out Cedric Coward. He's awesome. Probably number 2 right now.
Con Knueppel might be knocking on his door.
I love Con Knueppel, man. You and I talked about this in our first episode when we talked about Charlotte. Like, Con Knueppel was always one of our guys, and he's doing all of the things already. Lightning quick 3-point shooter, like shooting more than above 40% for 3 on like 7 attempts a game. Being that just like connective, smart player. There's already some fun, like he'll get to the basket, he makes the right level pocket pass, he'll throw a lob, he makes the swing pass to the corner, gets a hockey assist.
Yeah, he's not a pure catch and shoot. He will put that ball on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
He's got experience being a point guard.
Yeah,
I think that shows. He's also good about like feeling his defender, kind of that straddle dribble, and feeling a guy about to foul you, shot fake, go up, get to the line.
Yeah.
He's really smart, and like you said, he's a tertiary playmaker. Um, Gets his guys involved, makes the swing pass, and as long as you're going to be able to shoot that well from three at that usage at that size, it's going to help Charlotte a lot. Kind of figure out what their future is going to look like and what that starting five is going to be. I think he's fully like locked in next to Brandon. And LaMelo's looks like he's there to stay. We kind of called this a make or break year for LaMelo and just the Charlotte project. But Khan, just like we kind of felt was going to happen when they made that draft pick, is going to help you figure some things out. There's a couple other guys that they drafted. The draft class for them is looking incredible.
It's looking so good. I have Ryan Kalkbrenner written down here. That dude, if the ball comes into his hands around the rim, it's going in the hoop. He's shooting like when I started research for a video a couple days ago, and we were like 4 games into the season. He had only missed 2 shots through 4 games.
Yeah, he's coming away with like 4 for 4s, 5 for 5s, 6 for 6. Like,
just
can't miss.
Incredibly efficient, just smart, solid player. Like, again, was what, a 4-year guy in college, right?
Yeah, he had a really storied career at Creighton. But kind of a old school type system because of his height and just how massive he is. They kind of played a little bit of drop, and I think he was ready for the type of defense that he was going to have to play in the NBA. But kind of a generational shot blocker. I think he's shown a little bit of that. People are scared of him at the rim. He's going to try to heavily contest everything, and he's smart about not getting into foul trouble, which is a huge problem for young bigs, especially bigs that size. Sometimes officiating is a little weird with people at that size because they don't really know how to call them.
They're not used to the speed that these guys play with.
But that's what I was worried about with Kalkbrenner, was being too slow. And, just being one of those drop centers that kind of gets caught and has to sit on the bench 6 minutes into the first quarter because he got tagged with a couple.
Kind of like rookie Klingon to me. Is the way I felt. Like Donovan Klingon, incredible defensive player in college, but just got to the NBA. He's big and huge and slow.
He's a little clunky.
But but Kalkbrenner is like he's really smart positionally. Really smart positionally. Like he knows where to be, and he should. He's older. His body's a little more developed. He's been playing basketball a little longer, but he's efficient. He doesn't really make a lot of mistakes.
He's a really good pick and pop and pick and roll partner too. Like from the bat. Like
He's just been good.
I've been really impressed with his spatial awareness. Not just catering in your offensive space and kind of creating problems. Like he knows when to get in and get out. He's already developed some chemistry with the guards on that team. There are multiple of them. Zion James is the last rookie in that class that I want to shout out. Just kind of a bulldog guard that had a pretty interesting career in Duke, but was a 2nd-round pick and wasn't known for being. He's shooting a clip right now.
It's crazy.
He's got another magnet ball. He can't miss, and that's super encouraging from Zion. They cleaned out in this draft class with multiple guys that look awesome. So.
And I still believe in McNeely. Like we're like 6 games in. I can't count him out. He's not been like as impressive as these other guys, but I still believe in him. Yeah, what an incredible draft class for them. For their sake, I hope we get Miles Bridges just as far away from this team as possible, and we can just.
Yeah, he's not as needed. So.
And he's shooting like 30% at the rim this season.
Welcome to the LA Clippers.
It's wet. Oh my God, yeah. They're bringing back.
That's the spot for you.
They're bringing back. What's his name? The guy who showed his penis to the Spurs coach.
Josh Primo.
Yeah.
Unfortunate last name.
We're putting Josh Primo, Miles Bridges, KPJ out on the court together.
Yeah, one last hurrah.
The jail Clippers. What are there any other like fun modern additions to that team? I don't know. Fun's probably not the right word. That's not.
Saloon looks a little better. Maybe is like increasing his time in the NBA by a couple of years.
Thank God, because last year was rough. He's the 6th pick.
He got taken high, and it was
Awful.
It was really bad last year. So
Yeah.
he looks a little bit less like a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
And can actually get to some stuff. So
Yeah, and
a mild shout out to T-John Saloon.
mild, very mild. A couple other rookies. Dylan Harper has looked really good. Just being efficient, strong. He slivers all around the court.
He does.
Just gets to the rim in like weird ways, takes weird angles. I watch a lot of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm not saying it looks like Shai, but the way that Shai moves his body and like gets positions, like yeah, Dylan's got some of that. And I don't know, it kind of makes me like hate the De'Aaron Fox trade more than I already have, but also at the same time, in the modern NBA, you can never really have too many ball handlers. So maybe it'll just be even better, but I wish he just had full-time starting role.
Yeah, I would say it's not fun to have an NBA team that like has guys that can't dribble. It's always nice to have as many as you can.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think we just got news that he's going to be out for multiple weeks without a timetable to return.
Yeah.
So maybe De'Aaron can come in a week or a couple weeks from the injury that he's been sidelined with to start this year, and when they're able to get both of them back together, we'll see what it looks like. But I think he's with how much he's being paid. I think they would even admit privately that they regret doing that.
Right. Yeah. But his immediate impact has been just notable. Again, he's coming off the bench, so maybe not as much shine as some of these other guys. Again, VJ is putting up like 30 a game, but yeah, Dylan just coming in, scoring like 12, 15 points, just being really smart, really efficient, hitting his threes. Big thing for him.
And they're 5-1.
Hitting like corner threes, and the Spurs look really good. So, shout out to Dylan Harper. No-brainer, number 2 pick in this last draft. He's
absolutely
really good basketball player. And then last guy, let's talk about Coop real quick.
Okay.
I feel so bad for Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I'm upset about it.
It makes me really, really upset. We just got finished watching Houston, Dallas.
And it's just the D'Lo show.
It's the D'Lo show, and like the only time Coop touched the ball in the last 5 minutes was he was like given a grenade. Like he was given a grenade. There's like 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and he has to take an awful 3.
Yeah, he had to throw it up like off his back shoulder, like so that he didn't travel because he was pushed into the corner by the out of bounds line with 2 guys on him right in his face. So
I just that team doesn't make any sense. I hope, and this sounds funny, I hope Nico comes to his senses and like we gotta have some kind of trade to fix up something. You got too many front court guys that are good and not enough back court guys that are good. Like even if Kyrie was healthy, it doesn't make sense to have like PJ and Lively and Gafford and AD and Coop. It doesn't make sense to have all of those guys. Like even if Kyrie is healthy, Klay Thompson looks as ancient as any player has ever looked. Like he doesn't have it anymore. He is a bench shooter at this point in his career. They do not have a point guard. I do not like D'Angelo Russell being your primary distributor.
Yeah, trying to get Klay Thompson quick offense is just not possible.
It doesn't happen anymore. So like Coop, it's looked a little rough. I think he's doing the best that he can.
He's trying.
And again, you see the flashes in transition where he's got a little bit of space against an unset defense, and he'll fly up to the rim, and there's no one that can stop it. Or you'll see some of the defensive flashes, the disruptive nature of him. I have a lot of hope for him. Cooper Flag is going to be a good basketball player. I'm not concerned about that. But it is just unfortunate that this is the point we're at.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes might have just...
I think it was his ankle.
I'm not going to put bad juju out there.
I think he just turned the hell out of his ankle. He's grabbing his ankle. He don't go for the ACL tear.
Yeah, I've seen it too many times.
Oh no.
Um,
But yeah, sad for Coop.
yeah, it's just depressing, and they're gonna have. I could think of some guys out there. Sacramento's got a couple guards. You want any of them? I don't know. Schroeder would be fine. He's a mercenary for hire. So
Yeah, I think that would be a fun maybe topic of conversation is to like delve into some theoretical trades like
yeah, who can they go get to save this mess?
yeah, who could use PJ? Are you gonna be so excited when when Nico trades for Ja?
Yeah. Yeah, you could have Gafford and PJ. It'll be the most ridiculous shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we move some of those guys. Hopefully Coop gets a little more space at some time. Again, like I would love to see more lineups where it's just put as much possible space on the court, go light, quick, and switchy,
Yes.
and like just put Coop at the 5. I don't care.
Yeah, or just play Brandon Williams. That was a name that I was gonna shout out. That dude can ball. And I would like to see some extended reps at him trying to figure out how to run that offense. I'd rather see that than D'Lo. If you could get him off that team, he's becoming a basketball terrorist to me. The way that he closed out that game was, I mean, he had some just right off the glass.
Horrendous shots.
Yeah.
Horrendous. And just really.
Like, I got you guys.
Really awful.
let me go take this 30-footer.
Yeah.
Like 4 seconds into the shot clock.
The Daniel Gafford D'Lo pick and roll was meant to feed families, and
they're spamming it.
And it was a famine.
Yeah.
Nice offensive rebound from Bronny right there. Got some big boy moves.
Portland, LA is feeding families right now.
Yeah, this is better than that tragedy we watched earlier. But yeah, are there some more guys that we move away from the rookies? Are there any other rookies that you can think of that you want to shout out? I couldn't really think of any other like.
There might be a couple here. I wanted to shout out at least some second year guys. Kaishan in Washington.
Yeah.
Another guy who didn't score a lot in college. He was a one and done at Miami.
Really inefficient.
Had a really inefficient and unproductive year at Miami.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
He was purely drafted off of being a project, a jumbo guard, bigger than jumbo guards have ever looked. Really.
Yeah.
Every bit of 6'9", maybe 6'10".
Mm-hmm.
Looked 7 foot.
Huge.
And he was. Don't get me wrong. He had fun flashes at Miami, and it was really playmaking and ball handling and being able to do it at that size, and obviously.
Occasionally, he looked like a high level scoring wing. Yeah.
Yeah, plus rebounding and defending, given his frame, but he's really putting it together in the second year, averaging pretty big numbers. I think.
He's good. He's definitely over 20 a game right now. I mean,
it's a good team to do it on in DC. But that's why I like this spot for him to kind of just take advantage of the trust that he's been given this year and doing well with it. So I wanted to give him just a fraction of love.
I mean, Washington was kind of a situation where it's like, if somebody.
Yeah, you're taking 15 stabs. The entire roster is just
if somebody wants to take over this team, everybody's gonna get a chance, and I'm glad that he's kind of taken some initiative toward that. We talked about it. He kind of looks a little bit, kind of just like he's got savvy to his game, like post-injury Paul George.
Yeah.
He's not the athlete, but he's,
the mechanics are really smooth.
He's just smooth and buttery. Likes to just get to his shot. He's a good shooter. Yeah, he's putting up 18, 8, and almost 5 assists a game right now.
Yeah, and when you're a guard at that size, you don't need to let anybody rush you.
Mm-mm.
You've got the leverage. Just get to your spots. And with that smooth and buttery game, I'm liking it.
Yeah, shooting 53% from 3 right now.
Oof.
Do you think that'll sustain?
Yes.
He's good. Yeah, like Keyshawn George. We like the Wiz. We like what the Wiz are doing. They got some fun stuff going on over there.
Well, I've got a list there, man. You want to shout somebody out?
Yeah, we talked about the Bulls bench mob earlier. They're a whole lot of fun. We mentioned Brandon Williams real quick. Like, by God, he's one of 2 guards on the Mavs roster. Play that dude. He's good.
Yeah, please do.
He's good. He's got a little bit of Ryan Rollins-ish vibe. Just a kind of a small, tough-nosed defender who puts up more points than you'd expect sometimes.
Yeah, he's just a flow state guy, microwave guy off the bench that could have the opportunity to kind of increase that workload if they, by God, put some trust in him.
Yeah. AJ Mitchell. Can we gush about AJ Mitchell for a second?
Yeah, I'll let you go off, King.
The starving franchise that is my Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, the 7-0 OKC Thunder.
I mean, we don't have enough talent, really. AJ Mitchell with J-Dub, who hasn't played a game yet this season. I mean, OKC's kind of biggest thing and was shown a lot in the playoffs. They, outside of Shea and J-Dub, don't have a ton of high-level ball handling.
Yeah.
They have guys that can do it in spurts. Casey Wallace can do it for a possession. Alex Caruso can do it for a possession. But
Isaiah Hartenstein can do it for a possession.
Yeah, like they sometimes don't have enough guys that can just dribble.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of, like, again, connective pieces, but guys who can just take it on their own and dribble. And if there was anything that I said, like, wish we could have added to this roster, it would have just been like a bench scoring guard, somebody who can come in, light it up, handle the ball, and kind of just help give you an energy boost. And by God, if AJ Mitchell hasn't been that to start the season, I mean, it's like a kid in a candy store.
It's a perfect blend of, you're looking for a bench scoring guy, but that could mean Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah.
And AJ's just, he's really good on both ends. This guy, I'm going to throw out a player comp.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a baby version. But a little bit of D-Wade to me.
Really? Just the downhill nature of his game?
Yeah.
Yeah, people have been throwing out the, like, Mavs Jalen Brunson thing. I don't get that at all. It's just because they're both lefty guards that were taken in, like, the second round.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think those guys play all that similar. AJ Mitchell, the biggest thing that he provides OKC is he just puts his head down and gets into your body and gets downhill. Like, he just attacks with relentless effort to get downhill. He's lightning quick, got a really strong handle.
Mm-hmm. Ambidextrous.
Yeah, just shifty, like herky jerky, just moves quick, will bump off you, turn, twist, fade, will run straight into you, jump over you. Like, he's mean.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to attack you. And, like, Jalen Brunson was always kind of like, always like he is now. He's a smooth operator, pull-up shooter, like, mid-range guy. Like, yeah, AJ gets downhill in a hurry. He is so good. I called him the second best driver on the team.
Yeah.
I love Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams sometimes has a propensity to stop getting all the way to the rim, and he likes to just kind of bump and fade guys a little more than he will just go straight at the rim. AJ gets go straight for the rim. Obviously, Shay's the best driver on this team, but AJ has just provided an element that they really need, and when their full team is healthy, like, I cannot wait. Good shooting so far. Like his scoring bursts are not coming off of him just making like 5 threes in a game. It's a combination of everything. He just attacks in so many different ways, and he's an excellent passer.
Yeah, it's scary. He's going to be a huge weapon in this playoff run, and they're definitely going to lean on him in closing stretches of the game. He will be on the floor, and you will become acquainted. So that's a player to watch. Is AJ Mitchell on the best team in the league?
Become acquainted. I like that. And he's a bit of an older guy, so he has some age on him. It's not like he's 19 doing this, but
yeah, it's not like he played at Kentucky, so you might not be super familiar. He played at UC Santa Barbara, but he played all of his eligibility and was one of those older guys that kind of got a little bit overlooked, I think, in this class. If you were looking at how relentless glimpse of a rim pressure guy he was, and how translatable that has been so far. Big second-year leap.
Yeah, 17 points off the bench right now for OKC, and there's been a lot of times that like they desperately have needed it, kind of.
Absolutely.
As just a secondary scoring punch. They've really needed it, and he's
helped them win all their games so far.
I can't believe how good he is. It's insane. I feel so spoiled. it's really, yeah, very, very spoiled.
Congrats.
I'm sorry, but yeah, love AJ Mitchell. If you for some reason don't know him yet, like, you will. He's good.
Yeah, you will.
Damn good.
All right.
Any other guys to talk about? Any other teams? Anything else we want to mention before we get to our little wrap up bit?
Jeremy Grant. We're watching them right now.
Yeah.
He looks like Jeremy Grant again. 20 point guy game again. Is he in a contract year?
No, remember remember Damian Lillard got him signed to that big 5-year deal?
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Damian Lillard asked for a trade.
Yeah, let me get back here. I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Immediately after.
Seems like you like Portland.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, last year was weird.
Yeah, really bizarre to the extent that when you're looking on this team on paper with Adon Danny Avdia, who's the team's leading scorer, and just the gluttony of kind of Swiss Army cities is how it goes on the floor right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. That's another guy. Just big, I guess, two-way wings. It looked like there might have been some redundancy. Kamara as well, Shaden Sharp.
Yeah, they got a lot of these weird wings.
But he's making his name mean something again, so happy for you, Jeremy.
Shout out Jeremy Grant. All right, let's get to our last little. Let's wrap things up with just a couple of. We'll call this fun. I guess we'll shit on ourselves for just a sec. I want to talk about. Are there any preseason takes you want to rethink?
New Orleans.
Oof. You and I hammered the over.
Yeah.
Hammered the over.
Because of healthy Zion, it seemed like a trick.
They're 0-6.
Yep, they haven't won yet. The defense is as bad.
Yeah.
As bad as it can get. Just a lot of lost stints. Just.
It's
where are we at?
It's some of the worst defense I've ever seen.
It's abysmal.
And what this team is, what the vibe is right now, we're about to fire our head coach.
Yeah, we're about to clean the house.
Yeah. So Willie Green's not going to have a job for a whole lot longer. So we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, boy.
And Joe Dumars might be, working for the NBA office again, or doing broadcast next year.
Yeah, they're trying to move New Orleans to Vegas.
Yeah.
He's doing the Lord's work, tanking that franchise.
Trades Indiana their pick back, but the egregious, maybe the most egregious. Well, Luka got traded to the Lakers, as you know, but trading your unprotected. There's a couple other teams mixed in, but this is an 0-6 basketball team. You trade your unprotected. It's looking like, yeah, I'll take your pick, Atlanta.
It was a best of their unprotected 2026 and the Bucks unprotected 2026.
That's another thing that we could take back. But we mentioned Ryan Rollins and how good things are going there. They're having a good start. I think we were a little low just with looking at on paper. Do they have a point guard to sustain the biggest addition that they just brought in with Miles, who needs a point guard to get him looks, and Giannis going down could completely tank that. They look great so far. But they're going to keep that New Orleans pick gladly, just to get back in after you already took a first-round pick to take a big-bodied Derek Queen, but you already kind of have a few of those, and I don't know.
They're unilaterally can maybe not be, other than, I'm not even joking, like this is not hyperbole, because this team is going to be bad. They're going to be like top 5 in lottery odds, probably. That's the way it feels right now. Trading your unprotected pick to move.
After you just got in there.
By the way, trading their unprotected 2026 pick, not for another pick straight up, just to move up 10 spots in last year's draft. They traded the 23rd pick and their 2026 pick to move up 10 spots to draft Derek Queen. What are we doing? And I wanted to have some optimism for Pelicans fans. I wanted healthy Zion. I wanted this team to be fun, competitive. I love Trey Murphy.
Yeah, Trey Murphy's awesome. So is Herb Jones.
But their defense sucks. Their coach sucks. The vibes are awful. Everything is just bad in New Orleans right now, and I really feel for the fans.
Yeah, I feel for my guy JP.
Yeah.
I wanted a big year for the pool party.
The pool party.
And it's the party is, hey, go home, guys.
Yeah, go. There is no party.
There is none. Sorry.
Yeah. So poor Pelicans. I don't think they'll figure it out. This team looks toast, dead in the water. Willie Green's not going to have a job.
Yeah, we're going to hope that the Saints can improve things for the people in New Orleans, and that's looking tough. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but that team might not be there in a couple of years.
Yeah, they're moving to Vegas, man. I'm telling you, I'll call it now.
LeBron's going to be the owner.
LeBron's going to be the owner. And then another thing that I don't want to say I was completely wrong about it. Maybe I was too harsh. The Miami Heat.
Okay.
They're 3-3. They don't have you would have thought about the way people were talking over this weekend that team was like undefeated with one of the greatest offenses of all time. But they're kind of doing some stuff. They don't even have Tyler Herro right now. They're 3-3. They've completely stopped running pick and roll. Completely. They don't do it. The team last year that ran the fewest pick and rolls in the league, they run half of that. Like, this is an unprecedented amount, especially in the era that we're living in. They are a drive, kick, shake, and bake team. That's all they do. It's just cook him for an hour.
Yeah.
And that's their offense. And it's working. It's working well. They've played I think they played like some lackluster defenses, and I think some people got like a little hype a little too soon. You know, they all of a sudden ran into the Spurs and Wemby and got shut down pretty handily. But still, they've looked a little better. I think I probably in our preseason prediction pod said that they would win like under 30 games because I hated that team.
Mm-hmm.
And Bam looks good again. He's shooting threes confidently. He's taking them, making them. Unlike last season when he was taking them and not making them.
It's just kind of knowing, and this is classic Miami stuff, but knowing your personnel, getting your team ready, adding Norman Powell and Andrew Wiggins carrying over from the end of last season.
Yeah.
You have two guys that you can, with the pick and roll philosophy that they've taken from what was an original experiment in Memphis last year after they, got offered
Noah LaRoche,
Taylor Jenkins, and Ja was unhappy about that system. But Powell and Wiggins are two engines that you can swing and kick and go cook for 5 to 6 seconds, and then swing, and then cut, and then let Wiggins go, and then get it into Bam if you need to, and have Bam get doubled and swing it out for an open three. It's interesting, and you got to put some respect on Eric Spoelstra, man. He knows how to get it done.
Shows you the importance of coaching in the NBA. Eric Spoelstra's a damn good coach, and I shouldn't have doubted them so hard.
Last two, we'll group them together in the East, Atlanta and Orlando. Off to some very shaky, sluggish starts. And I'm worried about both of them. But I think they both have the potential to, in a little bit of a weaker conference, be able to kind of level things out. It's still very early. But those are two teams we were both pretty high on that we had pretty solid in the top 6. They're not there as of now. And teams like Philly and Chicago and Miami are kind of in the spots where we thought they would be, but it's early.
The Trae Young injury is interesting. We'll see if they learn anything. My guy Jalen Johnson has been a little underwhelming to start.
So is Dyson Daniels.
Oh man, like just some really weird, stuff with both of those teams. Just like things look awkward. Like Desmond Bain will have a hot first half and then he won't touch the basketball for the second half. It's weird. Like Paolo, I love Paolo. I want to believe in Paolo, but can you stop playing like Carmelo Anthony and like dude, you are huge. Just bully people.
You've got a physical advantage every night.
Be a monster. You should be. Instead, he wants to just like shake and bake and unconfident. Like he wants to pump off the three and then just step into like a 18-footer, and it's like, dude, that shouldn't be your game.
It's not who you are yet.
No. So I have belief in both those teams. It's early. Maybe us as NBA fans, we got a little overzealous on them. You know, sometimes it takes time for teams who make like big changes.
Pacers had a really rough start last year.
Yeah, and then they were the best team in the league
the last couple months. So
yeah, after January 1st. So it could definitely happen. But yeah, rough start for our guys there. And then we're gonna finish on something a little silly. We'll take just a couple minutes. We'll talk about Ja.
Mm-hmm.
So Ja got suspended by the Grizzlies for one game. Only one this time.
Ticket prices went down from $4 to $2 after fans and
$4 to $2.
$4 to $2.
Jeez.
Cut in half.
Cut in half. We gotta get to Memphis.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, we might have to get some season tickets and get an Airbnb over there.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that you and I are not huge believers in the Grizzlies' outlook. We don't love the fit of Ja and Jaren. Nick Smith's got 22 tonight and just hit a sweet three that probably iced the Blazers here. And then was that Jeremy Grant that just that horrific step back? What a nightmare.
I take it back.
Jeremy, you're having a bad season again. But yeah, no secret that you and I aren't the biggest fans of the Grizz. But boy, are the vibes bad in Memphis.
They have been for, I would argue, since they moved off of Steven Adams and Dylan Brooks, the identity of just bullies or
it was era number 2 of Grit and Grind, essentially.
Yeah. You're coming in, you're gonna have a rough night if you're playing in Memphis, and now it's a snack.
They had moxie. They were the team doing all this crazy stuff, doing all the post game interviews together, doing the kind of the corny the dancing and doing all that. They had moxie and they were competitive. They were fun. Like a lightning transition team, and now it's sad.
They've lost the plot.
Yeah,
But what kind of president do you think? Is it too much to look into, or suspending a guy like Ja Morant for what was the diagnosis of the suspension? Was it just that he gave up?
It was essentially conduct detrimental to the team. It was
on-court conduct.
Kind of. Well, no. So what happened? What came out from the suspension is that this happened after the Lakers game, where Memphis was up like double digits at half. Ja comes out at half. Ja had a really good first half. He comes out in the second half, and he is just like lollygagging out there. Like this dude is just out of position. He's not trying. Like the defense non-existent. He's like he'll make a lousy pass and he'd jog down like just effort gone.
It was like he was doing a walkthrough at practice.
Yeah, and then it comes out the next morning, that there was some sort of interaction in the locker room between Tuomas Isolo and Ja, and the Grizzlies decided to suspend him for it. So either he got called out at halftime of that Lakers game and then got called out again, or he got called out at the end of the game for giving up like halfway through for some reason.
I just don't know if it's like, okay, I get suspended a game, I'm going to come out and go crazy next game. I just don't know if it's a repairable state.
I don't think Jaw's that kind of guy, and I don't think he's ever really shown us that he's that guy.
Yeah, I'm going to come out and show them.
Yeah, he's like, no, F you too.
Right.
That's the energy I get. So, it's, again, this is only a 1-game suspension. Heat fans, or, Grizzlies fans have been through 25-game suspensions. 1 is nothing. But this is not a nail in the coffin, but we, maybe we put the coffin lid on. And then somebody picked up a hammer in the distance, and they're walking towards the coffin to put the nail in. You know what I mean? Like, I think we're getting close to the end of this.
It's gonna have to. And it was already a problem in my eyes. Ja's a good basketball player, but just when your payroll is hampered at the top with Jaren Jackson and Ja, I never saw it as sustainable. And then what they tried to do to replace Steven Adams with that ED draft pick, and look, there are many guys on that team. Jalen Wells was a good draft pick. He plays a lot for them already. Vince Williams was I think they might have, maybe he was a first round pick, maybe he was a second round pick.
Definitely like an undrafted guy, I think.
Yeah, and he got literally crossed out of his shoes the other night. Guard Luka, and literally was just carrying a loose shoe around for a minute. But there are guys that they have lucked into, and they're not they draft decently well.
Yeah.
But they've made some head scratchers as well. But you've got to retain that talent and you've got to pay the guys that need to get paid. And Ja and Jaren got paid boatloads. They brought up the Brinks truck for both of them, and they're both good. But are they good enough? They never really were, and now it's just a reoccurring problem that with Ja and attitude and commitment to this franchise that I think they're just going to have to go separate ways here soon. It's going to be interesting to see what that's going to develop and look like. It's going to be interesting to see him coming off of the suspension, what that's going to look like. And I'm sure we'll be digging into this over the next few months as to trade partners, how you're going to be able to match this contract. It very well just could be packaging a few rotation guys to match $50 million and getting him out the door.
Yeah.
Or they could be like, we need 4 or 5 first-round picks for John Morant, and that could be pretty feasible as well. But I think somebody's obviously going to line up. There are going to be multiple teams that are. This is just starting and developing, so maybe he comes out and gives a laundry list and says, I want to go here, here, and here. But we'll see how that develops.
Yeah.
I don't know if he really has the buying power this early in his career to be able to pick where he goes.
Given everything that's happened, probably not, because I don't think there's going to be a ton of teams that are like signing up to bid on him.
But we had that Zion conversation for a long time, where are they going to get rid of him? And that's just a wild card, like, are they going to do it, or are they not going to do it, and what does that look like? And Ja's just got a little bit more baggage. Even with a guy like Zion, with his injury history, are we ever going to see him play 50, 60 games for us if we trade for him? So because of that, are we going to be willing to give up, the Laurie marketing package?
Yeah.
There are a few guys out here. Siakam was a guy like that, and the Pacers ended up lucking into
Great
getting
deal.
him. But
Great deal.
When you have guys at the upper echelon like this, it just becomes something you talk about for months.
I think we inevitably will get to a point where Memphis needs to trade Ja Morant. I'm not sure how repairable this relationship is.
Just to have an identity to build off of, because there's none at this point.
Non-existent. If you're Memphis, do you think they would prefer a like a rebuilding type package, 4 picks and whatever, or do they prefer like a kind of a win now, star for star trade?
Not in that conference. and not with that draft room. I think the draft room has proven that they can do that. I'd like to see them do it.
I'm worried because they just extended Jaren Jackson Jr. They gave up a lot of picks in order because they gave up like a first round pick to get Marcus Smart, and then they had to give up a first round to get off of Marcus Smart in order to have the money to extend Jaren Jackson Jr. this offseason. So like, if you trade Ja, but you just signed JJJ to like a 5-year deal, 5-year extension, like, I don't know, man. It's hard. Like I don't feel like they would just throw it all the way, but maybe they're just like, all right, well, we'll coast with JJJ for a couple years and just be really bad and try to get some good draft picks. I don't know.
Do you think Milwaukee would be interested in him?
I've got some fun teams to throw at you. I don't know if Milwaukee can.
I don't know if they can, but
it'd have to be
Giannis would be interesting.
It'd have to be like Miles Turner.
Yeah.
And some.
That's what I'm saying.
And some stuff, but I don't know what other salaries if they have enough money.
You throw in
like
Bobby Portis.
Yeah. They don't really have picks.
No.
So it's like Milwaukee doesn't really have picks, so you just like Miles Turner and Bobby Portis. I don't know. Maybe you could reroute those guys somewhere. You have to get a crazy 3-team deal or a 4-team. That'd be hard.
But Miles and Jaren that fixes your 5 problem.
2 guys who can't rebound.
Yeah, they're the same guy.
They're kind of the same guy. I want to throw some hilarious teams, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but just some funny ones. The Pelicans.
The Pelicans?
What if you throw like DeJounte Murray and some stuff?
And that's the prize?
Well, DeJounte Murray. Well, this is probably like a rebuild package, but like DeJounte Murray
and
Herb Jones, and like 4 picks.
Yeah.
Would you do like Zion? I mean, hell, Zion and Ja might be on any given night could be the most fun thing to watch in the league.
I was thinking this team with that guy, Miami. You throw in Jovic, Jaquez. They've been looking for that guard for forever. That's an obvious, just sticking out like a sore thumb team that would give an arm and a leg.
Miami was my second team. Miami's always star hunting.
Absolutely.
Always star hunting. Yeah, it's like, do you do Jovic, Jaquez? I mean, they wouldn't do those 2 guys for Dame Lillard, so like I feel like they're probably not going to do it for Ja.
Ja's a little different.
But what if even like, and there's no way Miami does this. But would you entertain anything that's like Tyler Herro and Khalil Ware?
Oh, the Khalil Ware thing is what scares me.
He's good.
He's really good.
He's really good, and like Tyler Herro's good, but like he's like weird, awkward kind of where he's good, but he's not that good.
Mm-hmm.
Khalil Ware might be really good. That might be too rich.
Yeah, Pele Larson.
Yeah. Maybe like Tyler Herro and Jovic.
Yeah.
What about that? Does that interest you at all?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. Miami's always star hunting, and if you put Ja in Miami, I wonder if you get like, Jimmy was kind of a bonehead, but Jimmy was a little more dedicated than Ja is seemingly. But maybe if you put Ja in Miami, it might straighten him out a little bit. It's possible.
Brooklyn is the last like stupid team I'll throw out.
I've got a way funnier one, but I want to talk about Brooklyn real quick.
Yeah, Brooklyn. The Rock Nation Jay-Z thing. I don't know if he's still associated with it, but they're star hunting too in Brooklyn. They want to be relevant, and they've just drafted 5 first-rounders. You could throw a couple of them in there, and like they've got a package that maybe a couple if MPJ interests you.
Give me Cam Thomas.
Nick Claxton. Cam Thomas. Probably not both of them.
Throw it. Give me Cam Thomas
and Danny Wolf.
I want Yegor.
Yeah.
Give me Yegor.
Drake Powell.
Have you seen the thing that Yegor hasn't taken a shot inside the 2-point line yet?
He's taken all 3s.
All 3s.
And that's not what he did.
I feel like that's probably not true anymore.
Yeah.
But
it's
like 4 or 5 games in the season, he had taken like 22 threes and 0.
Yeah, and it's notably the thing that he sucks at.
He's not good at it. Hilarious. I want to throw one last one last banger at you.
Okay.
Can you guess at all who it might be?
Boston?
The Sacramento Kings.
The Sacramento Kings.
John Sacramento. I don't know. There's like no way to make it happen. It doesn't really make sense. But like, I don't know.
Keegan Murray.
Well, like, it'd have to be like a Zach LaVine kind of swap. I think. But Keegs makes a lot of money now. Like,
LaVine's too good now to trade. He's completely flipped it on his head.
If they could, I wish they could just keep their roster and just add him right now so that Doug Christie could start like Ja, Russell Westbrook, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Domantas Sabonis, like the dumbest like 2K made team of all time.
It is a team that I weirdly enjoy watching.
They're unfortunately bad at basketball, but there is something very quaint about them.
Yeah, there's just a lot of familiar faces.
Yeah.
And Ja would totally fix it.
I mean, what else do they have?
They just need one more.
It can't be worse. So like I don't know, like a weird. Is LaVine expiring this year? I can't remember. He might only be like 1 or 2 more years, but like if you get LaVine on a crazy expiring, you know, and LaVine plus some picks plus Devin Carter or something.
Oh wow, yeah.
For Ja, like
Dario Saric.
You gotta have that.
He would have to be in that trade.
He'd have to be in the trade.
No, yeah.
There's your long-term solution at 5.
Him and Santi Aldama.
Yeah, I'm putting Dario at the 3. I'm starting Santi and JJJ in the front court.
Yeah, we're trying what Cleveland tried with Laurie. We're putting Saric at the 3.
This is the coolest team of all time. Zach LaVine at the 1 and
Gigi at the 2.
Gigi's at the 2. Yeah, just go big.
Scottie Pippen at the 1.
Yeah, this is Houston 2.0. Just be huge. Starting Jabari Smith Jr. or Kevin Durant at the 2. I don't know, but yeah, Ja is that's a head case. That'll be a fun thing to monitor this season. I can't wait for it all to blow up.
Yeah, I think Memphis does too. At least the fan base.
All right. Well, I think that wraps us up here.
Mm-hmm.
Just about. This was fun. Had a good time. If you somehow managed to get all the way to the end, God be with you.
Yeah, let's hang out.
Hang out.
That's a little weird.
No, it's not. We'll do meetups if you ask nicely.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah. So I think we're gonna get out of here. We'll catch you back next week.
Yeah, college basketball starts this week, so we might mix some stuff in. This draft class looks unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure we'll dig into that.
And most of the top prospects are all in the NCAA.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
America.
I'm not xenophobic, but like that's gonna be fun.
Well, that's good.
I wanted to clarify. But yeah, I think we'll catch everybody next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.